Good day to all. Today our topic is gear hobbing. Gear hobbing is one of the gear forming process. Already we discussed about how do we generate the gear with the aid of horizontal milling machine. Gear hobbing is used to form the gear profile on the gear wheel. It may be a spur gear or it may be a helical gear. We may manufacture with the gear hobbing process. Myself, Dr. B. Suresh Kumar, Department of Mechanical Engineering, K. Ramakrishnan College of Technology, Tiruchirappalli. Now, what is gear hobbing? What is hobbing? Hobbing is one of the most fundamental processes in gear manufacturing. Its productivity and versatility make hobbing the gear manufacturing method of choice for a majority of spur and helical gears. Where the mass production is needed, there these kind of machines, which means gear forming processes, are introduced in industries. The mass production we can't achieve with the gear milling process, so that we go for gear forming process as like gear hobbing and gear shaping process. As like our left hand side, lower left hand side, there is gear hobbing tool is available. The tool is cylindrical shape. On the cylindrical shape there are n number of tooths are available. The tooths are arranged back to back with some helix angle, so that gear hobber tool has its own helix angle. Let's say you may understand from this tool diagram, the tool's teeth are arranged back to back manner with some smaller angle. From that helix angle, the cutter cuts the workpiece as form the gear profile on the gear wheel. And then other parts are flutes, as like a drill bit. It has flutes for removing the chip or relieving the chips from cutting zone, and the keyway for fixing the tool on gear hobber axle. After that, the diameter, it has its own diameter, tooth space, and also hob length. It has certain length than other milling cutters. Already we are utilizing precision cutter and profile cutter in gear milling operation. In that there is no cutter length is available, but hobber has its own length, so that it undergoes with the lead and the helix angle, and it has hub face for fixing the tool on the gear axle. I mean gear hobber cutting machine cutter axle, and then hub is used to fix the cutter on the arbor. So these are all the cutter nomenclature available with the gear hobbing tool. And then gear hobbing machine, it has bed, after that workpiece axis, and then hob frame. In hob frame we are fixing the gear hobbing tool, and then hob is known as tool, and then hob spindle is used to rotate the tool in clockwise or anti-clockwise manner. After that the workpiece table is rotated with the aid of gear mechanism. After that Y carriage is available for moving left and right of the workpiece. After that there is calculation, specific calculation for gear hobbing machine is also available. For this explanation I consider the module of gear tooth is 3 mm per tooth. Number of teeth required to be cut is 14. Blank diameter I can calculate it with the aid of helix angle, which is required from gear wheel, which is 45 degree I needed, so that I utilize the formula n divided by cos theta plus 2 into m. Here n is number of teeth and m is module. According to this problem I considered 14 tooth and 45 degree helix angle, and 3 tooth per 3 mm per tooth is the module, so that I got 65.4 mm as the blank diameter. And then tooth depth, as usual the same formula utilized in gear milling operation, that is 2.25 into module. So here according to this problem, according to this gear manufacturing, the module is 3 mm per tooth, so that 2.25 into 3, 6.75 mm of depth of cut I can give with the gear hobbing machine, and also which is known as depth of cut. The tooth depth also 6.75 mm. So the machine has some indexing mechanism. Dividing ratio is 12. From there I can calculate the indexing mechanism. 12 by Z is equal to E by F. The standard formula is available for dividing ratio of 12. So here 12 by Z, what is Z? Number of teeth required on the tool. According to this exercise, number of tooth required on the gear profile is 14, so that 12 by 14 I consider. According to the table given by gear hopper manufacturer, which is E by F is equal to 20 by 40. So that I change the gear wheel tooths 20 in on that corresponding E wheel and then 40 on corresponding F wheel. So that based on this change I can get the dividing ratio. And for 6 means, dividing ratio is 6 means, I can utilize the formula of 6 by Z. For this I can choose the E wheel and the F wheel. Gear ratio is 30 divided by 30. And then speed. How do I collect the feed? I mean feed for the workpiece and the tool interface. The feed can be given by compound gear ratio, which is A by B into C by D. Here module hop cutter size, based on there I can select the gear wheels on E and F on the speed gear drive feed gear drives. According to this problem, dividing ratio is 12, so is equal to 12 by Z is equal to E by F. For E and F wheel I choose 20, 40. Based on that I may choose the gear wheel numbers. Then gear hobbing operation. How the gear hobbing operation is carried out? Let's see. Here the gear hobbing machine is available. There are specification. What all the gear hobbing machine I considered. The specification is also available. Hop cutter speed select short. Here 1 and 2 available. I can tell you how can we select the speed with the gearbox. So indexing change gear chart is also available with the machine. From this we can choose the gear wheels. The prime mover is connected with the spindle speed gear drive mechanism. On top of that there are 2 knobs available. From this I can adjust the speed of the spindle. After that is hopper tool fixation. After that workpiece mandrel. After that, which is cross slide, you can move the workpiece table front and back. So here the tool frame and the workpiece mandrel is also available, which is workpiece mandrel. On that I can fix the workpiece, which is tool frame. On that I can fix the gear hopper. These are all call it, which is rotatory table. After that, which is mechanism gear wheel drive, which is machine control unit. The feed mechanisms gear wheel chart. From this I can choose the different gear wheel for the feed value, different feed value. Yes, which is indexing mechanism gearbox. From this I can get the different gear wheels, number of wheels. Now I start the machine. Which is indexing mechanism. I fix the E and F wheel with respect to our previous indexing mechanism calculation, and also I can choose the feed with this feed drive mechanism. I can use the feed with this gear wheel drive, which is ratchet and ball mechanism. From this I can move the tool post up and down. The operator operates automatic feed mechanism. He can lock the automatic and manual with this lever, with that lever. Now the gear hopper starts rotation. Now the operator tries to fix the workpiece on rotary table. Now he adjusts the carriage. Yes, likewise we can adjust that. Now he rotates the carriage wheel. Yes, now he can tilt the wheel. From this he can make the easily available of mandrel. From this mandrel we can fix the gear blank. Yes, now the operator fixed the gear blank on workpiece table. Yes, likewise we may fix the workpiece on the table. After fixing the workpiece, which is gear blank on mandrel, which is known as mandrel, the mandrel is clamped on carriage. Yes, the chucky is used to tighten the mandrel with the carriage. operator tries to fix the gear blank on mandrel, and he also fixed the mandrel with the carriage. Now he locked the total setup. Now the workpiece is clamped with the workpiece table. Now he give the depth of cut with the cross slide, which is cross slide. From this he can give the depth of cut. Now he ensures the setting. Now he starts the machine. Now gear hopper start to rotate. Similarly, the table, workpiece table also rotates with the aid of gear drive. What I show you a 2 gearbox. Based on that gearbox, the gear hob is rotated, and also the workpiece table rotated. From this we can get the machining operation. Now the gear hopper rotates and workpiece also making a motion. Here I need the relative motion between the hopper and the workpiece, and also rotary motion required to the work table I can give. Here the operator gives the depth of cut on workpiece. The depth of cut in between tool and workpiece he gave with the aid of cross slide hand wheel. Yes. Now he adjusted the depth in between workpiece and the tool with the aid of cross slide. Yes. Now the hopper rotates. Now he adjusts the feed, and he give the feed with the aid of feed drive mechanism. Already shown you a feed drive mechanism. Based on that he gave. Now he adjusted the depth of cut with the cross slide hand wheel. Yes. Already we calculated 6.75 as the depth of cut required on the gear wheel. Based on that he rotates the hand wheel. From this he can get the 6.75 mm of depth of cut. Yes. He ensures the clamping force on every part. Now he gives the automatic feed. Now the cutting operation is started. The feed is not given by. How can we give the feed? Because the workpiece and the tool is not touching with each other, so that the feed mechanism is available with that machine. Yes, the tool and workpiece has some relative motion. For the reason there are gearbox available. From that gearbox we can maintain the relative motion between gear hopper and workpiece rotation. Yes, from the feed drive mechanism the cutter can move up and down, which is known as feed. The cutter can move up and down position. From this up and down movement we can give the feed rate on workpiece. Front and back movement with the aid of cross slide is known as depth of cut in gear hopper, and up and down motion with the feed drive mechanism which is known as feed rate in gear hopper. Thus very small minute gear cutting operation is carried out with the gear hopper. The chip is removed in the form of tiny chips. Because of spindle speed and the feed rate, the chip formation is varied. The higher speed gives higher surface finish on workpiece. The lower speed affects the surface finish of the workpiece, and the higher feed affects the surface finish of the gear tooth profile, and the lower feed enriches the surface finish of the gear profile. Likewise, we may get a lot of inferences with the process. Yes, the slower machining process is carried out with the gear hopper. Yes, the cutting process is initiated. The feed is given by feed drive mechanism. Operator simultaneously use the lubricant for reducing the heat generated in between tool and workpiece region. Yes, the cutting operation is carried out. We can't show the cutting operation because the very minute, very small amount of material is removed from the workpiece, but the tool impression is formed on the workpiece material as what you shown this video. Here the cutting process is carried out. Yes, which is the gear hobbing process. The tool and the workpiece touching very minutely, very smallest touch is happened in between tool and workpiece. Yes, the tooth formation, you can see now the tooth formation available on the workpiece material, so that this process is called as gear forming process than gear generation process. Yes, now you can see the chip removal. Discontinuous chip is removed from the workpiece material due to selection of spindle speed and the feed rate of workpiece and the tool interface region. Now you can see the workpiece is removed in the form of chips. This process is continuous until the required depth of cut is completed. Okay, now it will take some more time so that I cut in video. Now we can see the depth of cut, which is 6.75 mm, is formed on the workpiece material with the aid of gear hopper. Yes, hobbing impinge its shape on the workpiece material so that the helical gear is formed on the workpiece material. Yes, which is feed drive mechanism. It will make the tool feed on workpiece material, and also it will maintain the relative motion in between tool and the workpiece, so that feed drive mechanism is helps the feed given on the workpiece. Feed is to be given on the workpiece, and also the relative motion between the workpiece and the tool it is maintained with the aid of feed drive mechanism. Yes, the finish cut is given on workpiece material. Yes, the operator completes the process so that he tries to remove the workpiece material, completed workpiece material. Yes, now he stops the machine, and then he loses the carriage and the mandrel. Yes, now he unlocks the mandrel from the carriage. Now he removes the gear wheel from the workpiece table. Now we can get the finished product of helical gear from gear hobbing machine, which is the finished product available with the gear hobbing machine. Yes, these are all the working procedure is available with the gear hopper. Yes, which is the finished helical gear wheel.
திருப்ப வேண்டிய டிகிரி 45.
Yes,
இதுல வந்து
now
அவங்க 5 டிகிரி
gear hopper, how can I rotate the gear hopper?
45 மாறாது.
This means I required a 45 degree helix angle with the gear wheel, so that already gear hopper has its own helix angle of 5 degree. Now I add that it into
Keep
the
in
required angle.
the
Required angle is 45 degree,
Keep
but
in
the gear hopper has its own 5 degree. So that 45 degree plus 5 degree, I can fix 50 degree. From this I can get the 45 degree of helix angle from this setup. Measurement. This is the process of gear tooth vernier measurement. Now you can understand how can we produce the gear wheel with the aid of gear hopping machine. I will tell you later what about the indexing calculation with the gear hopping machine, and also how can we rotate the table, and also how can we get the helix angle with the gear hopper machine. Thank you all.